Cobb County's proposed SPLOST projects will get their final stamp of approval tonight by their Board of Commissioners. If voters pass the special purpose local option sales tax in November, it could generate more than $1 billion.
Atlanta News First reporter Chelsea Byam-4 is live tonight in Marietta. And Chelsea, how do people really want this money to be used?
Well, guys, it's a system that's been in place for about 2 decades in Cobb County, using a 1% sales tax to pay for projects like road improvements and updates to police departments and public parks. Here's what people told us today they would like the money to be used for if the SPLOST passes again.
Being an old man now, I use the walking path. That's how I get my exercise.
Franklin Dixon says he walks regularly at Swift Cantrell Park in Kennesaw. Over the years, it's seen upgrades and additions like this skate park and more recently a splash pad, both projects that were funded by SPLOST dollars or special purpose local option sales tax.
Have you voted for SPLOST before?
Yes.
In favor of it?
Yes.
Planning to vote that way again?
Yes.
SPLOST is a 1% sales tax voted on by Cobb County residents every 6 years. The idea is to generate revenue for specific community projects.
And if we could put some money into like basic infrastructure that affects everyday people.
According to a recent survey, Cobb residents are most in favor of transportation and road projects, followed by parks and rec renovations and public safety enhancements.
School safety would be the biggest thing.
Flashing lights at 4-way stops or 3-way stops. Too many people run them.
Public transportation coming deeper into Cobb County would be a wonderful asset. Especially with the Brave Stadium.
Tuesday night, Cobb commissioners will vote on their finalized list of projects, which includes things like replacing the Central Aquatic Center, building a new state courthouse, and expanding the Tim Lee Senior Center. Funds would also be used for various roadway resurfacing and pedestrian safety projects.
Sidewalks, infrastructure as far as paving the roads will all be great additions.
And even with SPLOST in place, Cobb County says they are tied for having the lowest sales tax rate in the state at 6%. Reporting live in Marietta, Chelsea Byam-4, Atlanta News First.